hello my honey. Welcome to Japan Game Junk Podcast. Today we'll talk about a store in Chiba called Surugaya in Kashiwa. Yes, the Kashiwa branch of Surugaya. Again, Surugaya may be the best chain to buy your used games in Japan. This store, recently built, is fairly decent, and even though it's in Kashiwa City, it is so close to the Matsudo border. I believe that it's probably easier to access from there if you happen to not be a driver. But as a driver, I'm actually very close to Kashiwa, so I consider it Kashiwa, not Matsudo. Anyway, that matters to literally 2 or 3 people in the world. Now, I'm going to get to the interesting items that I saw there, and in fact, that is why I'm a good person. I find interesting things and explain them to others to know about, as opposed to just keeping it to myself. And that's the whole point of this, right? So, anyway. First thing of note in the Kashiwa branch of Surugaya was something that I was almost falling over with happiness to see until I saw the fine print, and that is for the Switch, the Bayonetta Trinity Masquerade Edition, a huge box full of all sorts of stuff, 1,500 yen. It's about $10 for this huge bonus version of the game. But then I checked under the sticker, it said the game is not included. But let's say if you have the game, you just buy this thing for 1,500 yen, and now it's this huge, really nice, full bonusy thing that instantly is now worth a lot more money. So, if you have Bayonetta for the Switch, especially the Japanese versions to match everything else, go and pick this up soon and make an investment. So, other things found at the store this day. If I did not mention, this was on April 20th of 2024. Probably the oddest thing I've seen regarding anything related to games is, do you remember Lights Out? It was released by Tiger in the US at least, and it was released by Takara Tomy in Japan, or Takara only, I think, at the time. But you know, it's that game where you like push the lights on the grid and you light up, or you turn off the lights of what you push and everything around it. It's like a puzzle game. It's kind of fun, but yeah. The weirdest thing I've ever seen regarding game, I don't know, like licensed stuff. There was, in the junk section of this Surugaya store, the mini 8cm CD in the case of the commercial for Lights Out background music. Apparently it's a song called Skirt, and it was 200 yen. And just with how ridiculous it is, I almost bought it for that cheap price, but I ended up not doing it. But yes, the 8cm CD theme song for the commercial advertising the Lights Out portable electronic game, 200 yen. Half that price at 100 yen, though, was something that's more video game related. But the people didn't know it was game related and just put it in the DVD section, the outlet section. For 100 yen, it was the PS3 Tales of Grace's bonus DV, which included download content for the game. And it's supposed to be this bonus that is given out for people who pre-ordered the game. But here it was, unused and wrapped up in 100 yen there at the store. So if you enjoy PS3's Tales of Grace's, then, get this one. And get your downloaded content if the PS3 store is still active. I think it is, actually. Also at the store this day was, for the PC Engine CD Super CD-ROM system, Moonlight Lady for 5,000 yen. And it's just kind of an attractive lady on the cover, so caught my eye. So there you go. I think that's probably how much it costs anywhere. Also, Mortal Kombat 1 for the Mega CD at 4,250 yen, which is, again, the going rate, although I've seen it cheaper elsewhere, but it had a very prominent placement on the shelf, and I thought that was very nice because usually Japanese aren't such a big fan of Mortal Kombat. Let's see. For the 3DO, a few, games for people who want to look at, naked women and, feel that pleasure. Virtual Cameraman, 2 different volumes. I forget which ones. There are 5 of them. One was 5,500 yen, one was 12,000 yen. So I'm guessing one is rarer than the other. They looked about the same condition. And also for the 3DO, Kogal, which means, high school girl mahjong, 12,700 yen. Play mahjong, get high school girls to get topless. They're not real high school girls, of course, by the way, just actresses. If you're a fan of the well-endowed females, then Sonikomi, Sonic communication with Super Sonico, for the PC was 1980 yen, 1,980 yen. I actually have played that before on the YouTube channel. The PS3 version, which is a better version. So if you wanted to have the PC version, though, there you go. They have it. For the Mega Drive, a couple games. One, Battletoads, 11,800 yen just for the cartridge. And Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, 8,700 yen just for the cartridge. I've seen them cheaper a long time ago, but I haven't seen either of those really on sale recently. In the condition they had there, it looked in pretty good condition just for the cartridge. So if you really need it, there it is. They have a lot of games in that range in their display case, in the 8,000 to 15,000 yen range, quite a bit that's available. One of them is the Dreamcast Sonic Adventure 2 Special Edition that was sold only for 2 days, and which I bought for less than 200 yen way back when. It has the soundtrack CD, it has this weird Sonic coin, which I like. I made a short video about that way back in the early part of this, early part of my YouTube channel, which is, you can go back and you can watch that if you like. It's a little entertaining short video. Yeah, it's a nice package, probably worth 9,000 yen these days, but it's always interesting to see stuff that was purchased as junk at one point that now is worth money. Another thing that's really risen in price is for the Wonder Swan, not even the color version, but any Wonder Swan can play it, Klonoa. You know that old platformy character, Klonoa? 18,000 yen. That stuff's crazy. Other things for different systems, SG-1000, Congo Bongo, which I've played on the YouTube channel before, although I only got it cheaply, with the cartridge only. The complete version is there at the Surugaya store in Kashiwa, 4,000 yen, which I think actually is a fair price for what's a fairly classic game for that system. What is not a fair price to me is, and I would never pay this much, unless I had unlimited money, 26,000 yen for a boxed copy of Para Squad for the 32X, which I understand is a very bad game, so unless it's super rare or whatever, yeah, 26,000 yen, it's a lot of cash for a 32X not great game. And then for the Famicom Metal Gear, 3,500 yen, it's kind of going rate, but if you really want to have it, they have it. It looks like it's in good condition, just hanging there on the peg with all the Famicom loose games. Anyway, this store itself is a fantastic store. I have purchased quite a bit there, but don't be confused. The second floor, there's a counter there, but you don't buy stuff there. You have to take everything from the second floor, where all the used media and games are, down to the first floor, go down the stairs, and pay for it down there. I didn't realize that. My first time I was at that store, I was afraid to go through the, you know how there's like a metal detector things at stores to keep you from walking out with merchandise? Well, those were there, but I didn't know that they weren't activated. And so I just stood there at the second floor, kind of saying, "Sumimasen, sumimasen," meekly but loudly, trying to get attention of store workers, but no one ever came by. And then I started to look for the store worker because I wanted to purchase the game I had. I believe I had a PC Engine CD game that I found cheaply. This is the first time I went to that store, and I was so happy to find that wonderful prize. And yeah, I said I was yelling out loud for the store clerk to come help, and finally I was just looking around, seeing if I could actually physically find someone who maybe the store clerks were all put to sleep by some sort of gas from a robber. I don't know. And I saw a little sign, a tiny little sign that said, "Take all your things to the first floor and pay at the registers down there." And I felt very silly. But now I don't feel silly like I did then, because I look back and I realize, oh, those actually were very tiny signs, and that was not very appropriate. But anyway, got my stuff then, got my stuff on this day too, and indeed is a store where everyone should go and get some stuff. thank you so much. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and, go subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to this thing and send me money and make me very rich and famous for my lo-fi, low-quality, low-entertainment podcast. Thank you so much.